Hey guys, Brittany here, your final expense expert. So I just wanted to hop on here real quick just to share a few tips since it is Life Insurance Awareness Month. I thought it might be helpful to help you better prepare your family for the future. So first of all, you want to write down all your usernames, passwords, account numbers, and due dates of all your bills. Write them on a piece of paper and put them in a lockbox. Make sure that your primary beneficiary or beneficiaries have a copy of the key. You also want to include a copy of your driver's license, social security card, birth certificate, and marriage license if you're married. All of those important documents that can help identify you, legal documents, put those in a lockbox as well. And make sure that your beneficiaries know where you keep any cash laying around. If you have a cash savings in your home, you want to make sure that they know where that is for when you pass. If you don't have a life insurance policy, your savings is what would help pay for that. But speaking of life insurance, you can never have too much of that. It's always a good thing. It's a very smart thing and loving thing for you to do for your family. And it doesn't matter how young or old you are. I've had life insurance since I was 25. It took me getting into a wreck and realizing how short life is for me to get a policy. And I put my parents as the primary beneficiaries because they didn't have a lot of money and I didn't want to put that burden on them. If something like that would ever happen again, I didn't want them to have to worry about paying for it. And I wasn't married at the time, so that was one of the smartest things and most generous things that I could have done. So, speaking of life insurance policies, make sure all of your beneficiaries are included on that, on your checking and savings accounts, on your 401k, any type of account that would have funds in it that they would need to pay your funeral with or your bills with. I'll give you an example. So when my mom passed away, she had a 401k through her job, but she only put my dad as the primary beneficiary. The estate was the secondary. None of us kids were listed. So I had to open up a succession on her and my dad after they both passed. And because it's a long drawn out process, there's a lot that's involved. It can cost thousands of dollars. It took a whole year for me to get access to my mom's 401k because I wasn't listed as a beneficiary. I had to be assigned as the executor of their estates. It didn't matter that I was their power of attorney because they had passed. Once you pass away, power of attorney is null and void. So having a living will also help to avoid that. Writing down all your final wishes, whether it's on a piece of paper in your own handwriting or typed out and notarized by a notary. If you have a will and you have your primary and secondary beneficiaries listed on all of the proper accounts, they can avoid the probate process going through the court. So the goal is definitely to make things as seamless, stress-free as possible, because they're already going to be grieving enough after you pass away. They don't want to have to worry about those extra things too. It takes a lot of time, money, and effort. So having something like a life insurance policy or 401k and having all your arrangements in order, even planning your funeral ahead of time. You can have everything picked, all your merchandise picked out, your plot picked out. You can have everything planned so that the only thing they need to do is go straight to the funeral home, or, they'll have the money right then and there and the paperwork right in front of them to know exactly what to do. They can guess what you would have liked, but they're going to want to honor your wishes. So I hope this helps. I went through it and I know how overwhelming it can be. That's the whole reason why I got into this, or one of the main reasons I started selling life insurance, is to help other people not go through the same thing that I did. I know my parents meant well. They didn't mean for this to happen, obviously. My mom, she died unexpectedly. I knew they wanted me to take care of their affairs for them, but we just didn't really get that talk before they passed. They just thought they had more time, and that's what most people think. So while you have the opportunity, now's the time to do it. Don't wait. You won't regret it, I promise. So I hope these tips help, and have a great day.